Korean cuisine, a food that offers a diverse range of dishes from comforting stews, grilled meats, flavorful rice dishes, noodle dishes, fermented foods, and much more. Stick around for this entire tour throughout 4 counties in the Bay Area in search of the best Korean food in the Bay, which will include my favorite restaurant in the East Bay. Hey guys, welcome to a beautiful day here in the Bay Area, and I'm right here at Montgomery Street Station in San Francisco. And you know, as a kid growing up here in San Francisco, my friend's dad used to say, you guys need to take your BMWs to where you need to go. And what he meant was, you take BART, Muni, or you walk. So as I get older, I find that that's the best way to get around the Bay Area, because tolls, gas, and of course, parking can be so difficult here in the Bay Area. So today I wanted to take you guys to 4 counties that BART serves in order to find the best Korean food that's accessible by BART. So join me, and let's take our BMWs to find the top Korean food near BART. All right guys, so I'm at my first location for the best Korean food that's accessible by BART, and it's located right here on Clay, which is about an 8-minute walk from Montgomery Street Station. So you just walk straight down Montgomery and make a left, and you're here at Kingbob. So let's go inside. And this particular restaurant specializes in Kimbap. And let me show you guys the menu real quick. All right, so here's a close-up of the menu here at Kingbob. So, of course, their specialty is the Kimbap, and you can see all the different flavors they have. They have 10 different versions. The number 2 and number 3 are usually the most popular, which is the Bulgogi, or marinated beef, and also the spicy pork. But of course, the tuna and the shrimp, as well as the other ones, are very good as well. They also have little combination plates. They have rice bowls, tteokbokki, kimchi fried rice, Korean fried chicken, which is always a good thing. They have ramen available, corn, cheese, tempura, mandus, and even soup is available. So a lot to choose from, and can't wait to try the Kimbap here at Kingbob. Here you can see them preparing the Kimbap here at Kingbob. So it starts with the gim, or the nori, the dried seaweed, which is then filled with rice. Then the fillings of cucumber, pickled radish, carrots, and also burdock root is usually added with some type of protein. In this case, the Kimbap is filled with tuna, and it's added, and then the ingredients are all rolled together, as you see here. Thank you. Looks amazing. All right guys, here's a close-up of all the food that I ordered here at Kingbob. So this is the 2 most popular Kimbaps that are available here, which is the Bulgogi roll and also the spicy pork roll. And these are the different mandus that are available here, which is one of my favorite items that in Korean food. And it comes along with some soup and some spicy mayo. So can't wait to try the food here at Kingbob. All right guys, so I'm excited to be at my first stop for the best Korean food near BART. And I'm here at Kingbob, and I just received my food, as you saw in the close-up. So I ordered 2 different types of Kimbaps, which of course is the Bulgogi, which is one of the most popular, as well as the second most popular, which is the spicy pork. So I'm excited to eat this. This is going to be my first time having it since being in Seoul earlier this year. I also got 3 different types of mandus here. So this is the beef mandu. They also have one right here. The bigger one here is called banpo, which is like a glazed beef mandu. And they also have a kimchi mandu here. So nice variety of food for me to eat. And you know, the history of Korean food is a very interesting one. In fact, when it comes to mandus, these originated back in the 14th century when the Mongolians came to invade the kingdom of of Korea at the time. And that dynasty was called the Yuan dynasty back in the 14th century. And of course, along with them, they brought dumplings. So dumplings is something that's been in the Korean culinary world since the 14th century. So a very ancient food that to this day is very popular in Korea. And of course, the Kimbap, which is a very old dish that came along with the Japanese invasion in 1910. From 1910 to about 1945, the Japanese had invaded or had occupation of Korea, all the way up until the end of World War II. And of course, then Russia or the Soviet Union took North Korea and the United States took South Korea. But since then, this is derived from maki sushi. So, of course, the Koreans made it their own and made a delicious item here in Kimbap. So, looking forward to trying all the food here. I got this anchovy soup that I want to try first before it gets cold. So, let me take the first sip of the anchovy soup that comes complimentary with the food. So, this is like something that will get your juices flowing and get your palate going with the savoriness of the broth of this anchovy soup. So it's nice and a little seafoody and savory at the same time. So a very delicious broth in this anchovy soup. So that was a very good start to the meal. But let me go ahead and move on to the mandus, which also is an item that is better when it's warm. So let me go ahead and try the bompo first. And I heard they're all very popular, but I believe the meat ones are the most popular of the three. But let me try with the bompo. And there's a little dipping sauce at the bottom, as you see here. So first bite. So the first sensations or flavors that come is like a hint of sweet. Then you taste like a bit of savory, along with just a little hint of bite to that to the mandu there on the bompo. So very good. It's like a explosion of different flavors with that bite. Pretty solid. But let me go ahead and try the kimchi now. See how these are. So if you like stuff like sweet and sour or spicy, these are very good. Let me go ahead and try the beef ones, which are so popular. And these they put on the side, so with no sauce. So let me go ahead and try it without the sauce. Very good, but I actually like the sauce with it better. So I'm going to go ahead and dip it. And also, I'm going to bite into it in half so you guys can see the cross section of what the mandu looks like. So here you can see the filling inside the beef mandu here. A very solid tasting mandus. A nice little appetizer to have before your meal. Delicious. These mandus are great, and you know, I'm just a sucker for dumplings. It doesn't matter where I go, whether it's to Nepal, Kathmandu, and get the momos there, or if I go to Mongolia and get the boos, or the mandus in Korea. So dumplings are something that I always enjoy, no matter what time of day, whether it's morning, lunchtime, or at dinner. You can always get a mandu. And here at Kingbob, they're open from 11 a.m. till, I believe, 8 p.m. So for any time between those times, you'll be able to get some delicious dumplings or mandus here at Kingbob. All right, guys, so now on to the main reason I came, which is the Kimbap here. And I think I'll start with the Bulgogi ones here at Kingbob. And this is a very large roll here. So if you come here for lunch, This one roll will probably fill you. So I went a little crazy in ordering two, but I wanted to get a variety of them so I can let you know which one is the best one to get. So let me go ahead and grab a piece of this. And as you know, you probably have had a Kimbap before, so they have pickled vegetables in it, as well as a meat, a marinated meat, and rice, along with the wrap. So let me go ahead and take the first bite, and I'll let you know how it tastes. So what I love so much about Kimbap and these right here at this location is the different textures that you taste when you bite into one. So right away with the pickled vegetables, you're gonna get that nice crunch. Then you get the savoriness and the sweetness from the bulgogi. And then the rice kind of balances it all out and really makes it into like a whole meal when you bite into it. So very delicious, both in flavor as well as in texture. So you get a real sensation of all those different items together. Let me go ahead and get this spicy mayo that they give on the side. And traditionally, I don't think that's something that comes with it. When I was in Seoul, I don't remember receiving any spicy mayo, but it's always nice to try something new. So let me go ahead and take the first bite with the spicy mayo. Now that's nice, because the spicy mayo adds like a little sweet creaminess with a bite. So when you we give it a little baptism into the spicy mayo. So not only are you getting that crunch and that savoriness and the sweetness from the bulgogi and the rice, but you're getting a little bit of a creaminess along with a sweetness from the spicy mayo. Very good. All right, next on the list is the spicy pork Kimbap here. So before I add the spicy mayo, I'm gonna go ahead and try one just as is, and I'll let you know how it tastes. First bite, spicy pork Kimbap. So I like this one even more. So it has like a nice kind of spicy pork flavor. I don't know if you guys have had Korean spicy pork, but for me, that's like one of my favorite meats. So it has like this intense flavor to it that's very good. And of course, just like with the other one, the bulgogi one, you get that nice crunch with as soon as you bite into it. So really a very tasty Kimbap here. Let me try it with the spicy mayo now. Both very good. I'm gonna go ahead and rate these. I'm gonna give this a 9.2. I'm gonna give the bulgogi a flat, straight 9. Very good Kimbaps here at Kingbob. So if you're in the area, if you're in San Francisco and you want some great Korean food close to BART in Montgomery, come here to Kingbob. But now I'm gonna go ahead and continue to work on this Kimbap and head to the next location for the best Korean food that's accessible by BART. Hey guys, I just arrived here in San Mateo County at Daly City BART Station, and I'm headed to a place called K-Town Food Hall, which specializes in a variety of Korean foods. But my main focus is to try iconic comfort food in Korea, which is called Jajangmyeon, which is a black bean noodle. So let's head over to K-Town, which is located about 8 minutes from the Daly City BART Station. Just a short stroll and I arrived at H Mart, which is the largest Asian supermarket chain in the United States. And they sell a large variety of Asian groceries, which include fresh produce, seafood, and prepared foods. But inside H Mart is the reason I came, which is for the K-Town Food Hall located inside of H Mart. Upon walking into the food hall, the first thing you're going to see is the Korean-owned bakery Paris Baguette. Then to the right of it is Left Wing for the Korean fried chicken. All the way to the back, you'll see the oh-so-popular Daeho, which is famous for their Korean short ribs, which I plan to eat later in this video, but at another location. But the main reason I came is for Paik's Noodle, which is a very popular chain within South Korea that has over 230 locations. Alright guys, here's a close-up of Paik's Noodle menu, and you can see all the different items that they carry here, which of course is the iconic comfort food, Jajangmyeon, as well as other items like fried rice, and they also have a very popular item there in Cerrito, which is the fried pork, which is like a sweet and sour pork, as well as other noodle dishes. So I can't wait to order my noodles here at Paik's. Alright guys, here's a close-up of the food that I ordered here at K-Town Food Hall at Paik's Noodle. And this is of course a dish that I first had when I was in Seoul, and it was a dish that I really enjoyed, and it's called a black bean noodle or Jajangmyeon. So I can't wait to try it here in Daly City. Alright guys, so I'm excited to be here at K-Town Food Hall to eat Paik's Noodle for the first time here in the United States. And of course this is an iconic dish, as I mentioned, and it was something that was created many years ago when Chinese immigrants from Shandong came to Korea, and of course they went on to adapt this to Korean palate. And it's a very delicious dish that's very popular in Korea. In fact, it's estimated that on average 7 million South Koreans eat this per day. And in fact, there's a holiday that's where this particular dish is eaten, and it's on April 14th, and it's called Black Day. And it's a day that's kind of like an anti-Valentine's Day in Korea, where singles enjoy Jajangmyeon and they celebrate their singleness. So it's a very iconic dish, and I can't wait to eat it here in Daly City. So the first thing you got to do when you eat this is you got to mix the noodles really well with the black bean paste. So the ingredients within this dish is black bean paste, onions, pork belly, just a few items. A very simple dish, but yet a very comforting item. So can't wait to eat it. So let me go ahead and mix this up well and go ahead and take the first bite. So as you can see here up close, I mixed it up real well, and let me take the first bite of the black bean noodles here at Paik's in Daly City. These noodles are so delicious. They're nice and bouncy. The black bean paste has like an earthy, umami, savory, but yet slightly sweet flavor to it. Very good. And also, when you take each bite of this black bean noodle, you also taste the little bits of pork in it, which adds that nice little porky flavor to it. Really good, delicious dish. That's so simple yet so good. Sometimes the best things in life are simple things. And along with that, they serve a pickled radish, which adds like a textural change and kind of a refresher while you're eating the black bean noodles. So let me go ahead and take a bite of the pickled radish. You hear that crunch? So along with the chewiness of the noodles and the umami flavor from the black bean paste, you also get the refreshing and slightly tart flavor of the pickled radish. So let me go ahead and take another bite of the black bean noodle here. So good. Absolutely delicious. Let me go ahead and give this a score. It's a 8.9. A delicious noodle dish, of course, that was invented in Korea. So definitely come check this one out. It's really good. So if you haven't had the opportunity to try Jajangmyeon or the black bean noodles, it's something that's a must try. It's an iconic dish from Korea. So if you come to the Daly City BART station, walk 8 minutes to H Mart and to K-Town, which is located inside H Mart. You can come to Paik's Noodles. That makes an awesome Jajangmyeon. So definitely it's worth coming to. So BART and you're there. Come check this out, delicious dish. But now I'm gonna head over to the East Bay to Contra Costa County for the best Korean food accessible by BART.
Arriving at El Cerrito Del Norte. Now moving down.
All right, guys, so now I'm in Contra Costa County at Del Norte Station on BART, and I'm headed to a spot that specializes in a bunch of different Korean foods. That's about a 7-minute walk away. So I'm gonna head downstairs and let's try some more Korean food, but now in Contra Costa County. I'm now approaching my next location for the best Korean food near BART, and I'm right here on San Pablo Avenue, and directly across the street is the Honda dealer in El Cerrito. But the spot I'm going to is located right in here, and it's called Gangnam Tofu. And inside this location, they have a bunch of different types of Korean foods that they specialize in. But for this visit, I want to try the Korean spicy tofu soup. So come with me inside and let's check out what they have to offer here at Gangnam Tofu. All right, guys, let me give you guys a close-up of the menu here at Gangnam Tofu. And you can see all the different appetizers they have. So they also have mandus, tteokbokki, kimchi, japchae. They also boast that they have the best fried chicken or Korean fried chicken in the Bay Area. So I'm going to have to order that because that's what they claim. They also have different stews to choose from. On the other side of the menu, they have all the different types of tofu soups, which is the main reason I came. So I'm definitely going to order some tofu soup. They also have rice bowls, cold noodles, Korean barbecue, all the favorite Korean meat classics here, and of course drinks. All right, guys, here's a close-up of all the food that I ordered. So this is all the banchan that they serve here at Gangnam Tofu. This is the fish cakes, the eggplant, the daikon, the broccoli, some white rice, which is to go with my bulgogi and my japchae that I ordered here. Also, the ever famous kimchi, and also some potatoes. So a nice variety of banchan. And I also got my tofu soup here, along with, as I mentioned earlier, the japchae with bulgogi. So I can't wait to eat this food. I have one more dish coming out with the Korean fried chicken. All right, guys, so I had to do one last close-up, and this is of my Korean fried chicken, and I ordered the garlic soy fried chicken here at Gangnam Tofu. So everything looks absolutely delicious. Can't wait to try this feast that I have in front of me here. All right, guys, so I'm excited to be at my next location here at Gangnam Tofu here in Contra Costa County. And I didn't realize when I was ordering the food that this would be an absolute feast here. So here you can see all the different Korean classics that I wanted to order. And there's so much rich history in just the items that you see here. For example, Banchan has been around since ancient times. In fact, if Moses was Korean, he would have been eating banchan because banchan was first originally invented back in 57 BCE. And it was created because there was a lot of Buddhist influence during that time in Korea. And they actually had banned meat products or eating meat. So Banchan was invented, which provided a variety of flavors of vegetables and other items that they could eat, and it has different textures and flavors that is very enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to trying the Banchan here. Also, this dish looks amazing, and this is a family-sized portion here, guys. I wasn't expecting to see this much noodles and meat here in the Japchae along with the Bulgogi. So just a little history about Bulgogi and about Japchae. Japchae was invented back in the 17th century and was originally served to the reigning king at the time in Korea. And ever since then, it became a very popular item. And the original Japchae was actually just vegetables. Japchae means mixed vegetables. But later down the road, over 200 years later, noodles were added. And now today, if you think of Japchae, you're going to think of noodles. But in actuality, when it was first invented back in the 17th century, it was just stir-fried vegetables. But I love Japchae now, and when I hear that word, I think of noodles. And of course, bulgogi, bul in Korean means fire, and gogi means meat in Korean. So fire and meat, and that's something that no matter what culture you think of, every culture either uses fire to cook their meat, or they do it with indirect heat with like smoking it. So no different with Koreans. This was popular from ancient times along the Korean peninsula. And also a very famous dish that everyone loves is the Korean fried chicken. And of course, this was invented after the Korean War in the 1950s, after American soldiers introduced Koreans to the idea of frying meat or frying chicken. So another delicious dish. So I can't wait to try the food here at Gangnam Tofu. All right, guys, so where do I start with this feast? The banchan's going to have to wait because with banchan, you know, it's already cold dishes. So I could get to those later, but I have things like the tofu soup that requires me to eat right away. So I'll remove the banchan to the side right now, and I'm going to go straight for the tofu soup here. Let me move this to the side and take a bite of this tofu soup. So they put a raw egg in that cooks within the soup, and it's pretty heavy. So I don't know if I could get a close-up, but here you can see, I'm gonna pull it out. This is actually a seafood tofu soup. So here you can see the shrimp here, and you can see it's just steaming hot. So it has a different, like a variety of treasures of seafood within this tofu soup. So let me go ahead, and I know it's going to probably burn me, but let's use these soup coolers to try to cool it down. And already I can see the clam in this scoop. So first bite. So, you know, when you come here, they're going to ask you what spice level you want, whether you want it not so spicy, spicy, or very spicy. I asked for it spicy. I told them I like spicy. And this is pretty spicy. On a level of 1 to 10, I would make this about a 6.5 heat factor. Still very spicy, but at the same time, the flavor's there, so it's still enjoyable. So it's a perfectly fine level of heat within this tofu soup. Ooh, okay. It definitely has some bite to it, but very good. And they put a ton of tofu in. I don't know if you guys can see up close here, but they put a ton of tofu and a ton of seafood inside. So with each bite, I'm getting nice pieces of soft tofu inside the soup, along with delicious pieces of seafood inside. A very good tofu soup here. As I continue to eat the soup, I can feel like beads of sweat coming down. This is a dish that is always comforting, whether it's a cold day or even today. It's just a little windy out here in El Cerrito. This is a very comforting, flavorful dish with the seafood. They have many varieties to choose from, but I would recommend the seafood. They put a plentiful amount of seafood. The tofu and the broth itself is delicious. So if I was to rate this, I'm gonna give this a 9.6. A very good tofu soup. This is the first tofu soup I've had since coming back to the United States from Korea. I remember when I had it there, it was freezing cold outside and it was snowing, so it really hit the spot. But even on a day like today where it's just a little windy outside, this is an excellent dish to warm your soul. Very good. 9.6. But let's go on and move to the Korean fried chicken. So as I mentioned here, this was introduced after the Korean War by American soldiers, because before that, Koreans usually would steam or would boil their chicken. So they actually adapted their way of cooking it for those soldiers there. And they made fried chicken, and you know what they did? They perfected it, because there's not too many fried chickens that I enjoy more than Korean fried chicken and all the delicious sauces they use. But my favorite sauce of all of them is the soy garlic sauce that they put on Korean fried chicken. So you can see big chunks. I believe this is boneless, so I'm gonna take a bite into it and let me see if there's any bone. So there is bone in it. This is bone in. As you can see here, the fried chicken is fried nicely. The meat is extremely moist and tender, and the flavor of the sauce is excellent. A very good Korean fried chicken here at Gangnam Tofu. Delicious. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but here in the Bay Area, it seems like a new Korean fried chicken place is popping up every week throughout the Bay Area, because every time I look around, I see a new Korean fried chicken place. So it's definitely a popular food that people enjoy here in the Bay Area, and I'm no different. I like it as much or probably even more than the next guy. So the fried chicken here is excellent. I'm going to give this 8.5. A very good Korean fried chicken. All right, so the next food on the list is the japchae with the bulgogi on top. And this alone is a complete meal. So you got the stir-fried vegetables in it. You got the noodles, along with, of course, the tender marinated beef, which is the bulgogi. So a very complete dish here. This could serve at least 3 or 4 people. It's just a huge portion of bulgogi and japchae. But let me go ahead and take the first bite of the bulgogi here. Let's see how it tastes. As you expect, if you've had bulgogi before, it has the first thing that will hit you is that sweet flavor from the marinade, followed by the savoriness, and of course the tenderness of the beef. All makes for a really classic dish in the bulgogi. And of course they tear it up nice and small, so it's really easy to chew. So someone without teeth could probably eat bulgogi. It's really super easy to chew. Very good. Let me try the japchae now, though. So let me give you guys a close-up and grab some of this japchae. So they give a huge portion of noodles here. And I can see the vegetables laying throughout this dish, but this particular, oh, I see some vegetables in there too. So here we go. Let's take the first bite of the japchae. So another thing about japchae is how soft or just a little chew to it. It's very easy to chew through. So this dish is a really easy dish to consume along with the bulgogi. And you know, I think the combination of getting a little bit of the japchae and the bulgogi makes it taste even better, with the variety of the savoriness of the japchae along with the sweetness of the bulgogi. Wow. Excellent dish. So japchae is usually served as like a vegetarian dish. So many vegetarians will come to Korean restaurants and order just the japchae along with the stir-fried vegetables and noodles. But for those that eat meat like myself, I would highly recommend that you add a Korean meat to it. It really completes the meal, adds that savoriness and the sweetness from the marinated meat, along with the delicious savoriness of the japchae. Complete meal, I'll give this a 9.3. Very delicious bulgogi and japchae here at Gangnam Tofu. So a must order if you come here. All right, on to the final dishes that I have here. So I covered all the main ones that I ordered, but now I wanted to show you guys and showcase the Banchan here at Gangnam Tofu. So let me start with the potato here that they serve to the table, and let me let you know how it tastes. So the potatoes boiled down to where it's very easy to bite into. It has some kind of like sweet sauce on it that's very delicious, and you taste a little bit of savoriness as well. So some type of sauce is on it. I'm not a real expert when it comes to banchan. Maybe someone in the comments could tell me exactly what's on this potato, but it's a very good item. Next, we have the fish cakes, which I see all over the place. Everywhere I go, when I have banchan, this is one of the banchans that's always served. So it's a very popular item. I remember I was eating it in Seoul many times when I'd go out to eat. So let me take a bite of the fish cakes here. So fish cakes have like a little bit of a like chewy texture to it. It's a very light flavor. It's savory. A nice dish to just munch on. It's like a little snack. Good. Next, I got the eggplant here. And I love the color of eggplant. You know, the purple eggplant. It's just a dish that I enjoy, whether it's an eggplant parmesan or fried eggplant. This is always a good dish. Of course, here they don't fry it, but they put it in some kind of like a soy sauce. So let me try the eggplant here. So it's very soft. It's actually not salty at all. So I thought it was going to be a salty flavor with some soy. There is not soy sauce in here. It's some type of other sauce. It looks like it has like onions and other vegetables in it. And of course, the eggplant is soft. What I like about it is it actually has zero bitterness. Because you know, if you ever have cooked eggplant, there's actually a whole process in order to remove the bitterness. And this has zero bitterness in it. Very good. This one looks like it's a simple broccoli here, which is, I believe, steamed or boiled. So let's go ahead and try the broccoli here. Very lightly cooked. So it doesn't taste like they put too much of any seasoning on the broccoli. It's just plain broccoli that still has a nice crunch to it, if you could hear on the mic. So just a simple, if you like the taste of broccoli, you'll enjoy this part of banchan here. This one's the daikon. And I already know what daikon tastes like. You guys probably have eaten it in your banh mi, as well as other Asian dishes. So it's a crunchy bite with this. So let me take a bite of this. So the daikon here is put in some type of sauce that has like a little bit of a bite to it, a little spiciness to it. So daikon is, you know, just a little crunchy bite with a little bit of heat to it in this particular banchan here. Last but not least is the kimchi. And last week they had kimchi on sale at Costco, and I bought 3 big bins of kimchi to eat at home because it's such a delicious snack that I eat it almost every day now. So This is a regular meal for me on a daily basis, this kimchi. So let me try the kimchi here at Gangnam Tofu. It's good, delicious. I'm not gonna rate the banchan. The banchan's all very delicious. When you come here, it's something that gets served with any of these entrees here. So you'll be able to get small bites of all these different flavors. So very good banchan here in El Cerrito. So I was able to give you guys just a small preview of my feast here in El Cerrito. I'm gonna continue to work on this soup and enjoy my meal here. I've also got rice, but this rice is left alone and lonely because I haven't been able to tap into it just yet, but I will be eating that off camera. So if you're in Contra Costa County, if you come to Del Norte Station, it's actually a 5-minute walk. I thought it was a 7-minute walk. It's a 5-minute walk from Del Norte BART Station. You're gonna get some of the best Korean food available here in the Bay Area. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and I'll see you guys in Alameda County.
Arriving at MacArthur. Now boarding at MacArthur.
Guys, so I just arrived at my last stop on this Korean food tour around the Bay Area, and I saved the best for last because this is one of, if not my favorite restaurants in the East Bay. It's definitely on my Mount Rushmore of restaurants in the East Bay. And it's a spot that serves Korean braised short ribs. So it's about an 8-minute walk from MacArthur. MacArthur is in the heart of Korea's town in Oakland. So there's a bunch of variety of Korean restaurants in the area, but I'm gonna take you guys to my favorite one. So let's check it out. I'm right here on Telegraph Avenue and 44th. And if you look around this neighborhood, you're gonna see a bunch of different Korean restaurants to eat at. But the main one I wanna eat at is located right here in this shopping center, right in front of me. And it's called Moo Bong Ri. And as I walked down Telegraph Avenue, I could just smell the delicious braised short ribs cooking. It smells like heaven. So I can't wait to eat the braised short ribs here at Moo Bong Ri. So come with me inside and let's get some Galbijjim. All right, guys, here's a glimpse of the menu here at Moo Bong Ri Korean restaurant. So they have a pretty extensive menu here. That's worth checking out. So first they have small plates like the creamy rose spicy rice cakes, a few rice cakes, dumplings. They also have calamari, French fries, tater tots. They also have fried chicken, of course. And the most popular of the bunch is the Moo Bong Ri wings. And of course they have it in the different sauces as well. I think I'm going to have to try the wings here because they're very popular. Also, sausage dishes. They have different soups available. Kimchi fried rice, other soups, short rib soups. More soups. Casserole dishes. Stir fries. And the reason I came, which is for the spicy braised beef short ribs. Guys, so I just put in my order for the braised short ribs along with the Korean fried wings. And right when I ordered, they came out with their banchan here. And she explained to me that actually, you know, I said daikon at the last spot, but here they actually call it radish. So I got 2 different types of radish in the banchan here. They also give with the banchan here, like some leeks and of course kimchi and some rice. So just a little variety of little snacks to eat before my food comes with different textures and flavors. So let me go ahead and try the radish real quick. So it has a little bit of like a tart, sweet flavor. It tastes like it's pickled, so very delicious. As you saw at the last restaurant in El Cerrito, they also had this particular radish available as well in the banchan. Very good. And this is leeks here. I don't know if I've had this before. So let me go ahead and try the leeks banchan. Delicious. A little crunchy. Has a little heat to it. Very good. And Moo Bong Ri's version of kimchi. And I'm pretty sure many of the Korean restaurants in the Bay Area make their own house-made. So let me try it here at Moo Bong Ri. They make a very good kimchi here at Moo Bong Ri. So delicious banchan that comes with your meal here. So now I'm just going to wait for my 2 dishes to come out. The Galbijjim and the fried chicken. All right, guys, here's a close-up of my short ribs here at Moo Bong Ri. So it's a huge portion here. I ordered the size for 3 to 4 people. So here you can see the tteokbokki inside, along with the melted cheese on top, and of course the beef spare ribs inside. So it looks absolutely amazing. I've had this before and I know how delicious it is, so can't wait to dig in. All right, guys, so I'm excited to be here at my last location on the best Korean food close to BART. And this is one of my favorite restaurants, as I mentioned. And you saw in the close-up how delicious these spare ribs look. And just to give you guys a little history about Galbijjim, it was invented back in the 18th century and was served to the royal court at the time and became a dish that is made for special occasions. But now, in modern times, it could be ordered every day here at Moo Bong Ri, as well as many other locations throughout the Bay Area. And it was mentioned to me that at Moo Bong Ri, they actually have a special secret sauce that they use here. So the ones that you read online on Google about how they use like a soy sauce along with brown sugar, wine, the recipe here is going to be a little different if you try it here. And for me, it's just the best Galbijjim that you're going to be able to find. Also, a little history about the accompaniment with the spare ribs, and that's the tteokbokki. So tteokbokki was invented back in the 19th century and was also served to the royal court, but now has become one of the most popular street foods in Korea. In fact, when I was there, I remember seeing just about everybody ordering tteokbokki. No matter what neighborhood I was in, people were eating tteokbokki. So very common dish that's eaten every day in Korea. And it's right here inside this delicious sauce with the Galbijjim. So can't wait to try it. So let's dig in. Let me start with the tteokbokki. And it's boiling hot, so hopefully I don't burn myself. And my mouth is just salivating at the idea of eating this delicious food here. First bite. So if you've never had tteokbokki, it has like a very chewy texture. It's a rice cake, so it's pretty hearty in flavor. And inside the sauce, it's like this umami, savory, with just a tad bit of sweet in it. A very good sauce here at Moo Bong Ri, and along with the tteokbokki, it's delicious. All right, guys, so let's move on to the main dish, which is the Galbijjim. So the proper way to do it, as I was taught, is that you grab a bowl. They give you a little side bowl to put the bones in. So you grab a piece of the Galbijjim, as I'll show you here, and then you use these scissors to cut off the meat off of the spare ribs. And the reason why Galbijjim is so expensive is not only because of the quality of the meat that they use, but also the labor-intensive process in order to make this, to get it to the correct consistency where it's nice and tender, and also very flavorful too as well. So I cut a little bit of that meat off. I didn't do a great job. You can see there's still some meat on there, but I just want to dig in. So let me go ahead and get a little bit of this melty cheese right here. Look at the cheese pull, guys. So you got a little cheese pull here. And let me grab a piece of this meat right here. And first bite of Galbijjim here at Moo Bong Ri. If God made anything better, he saved it for himself, because Galbijjim is such a delicious dish. It's savory. It's just bursting with flavor. The meat is super tender and delicious. Along with the cheese, it adds like this richness to it. It's just really the best thing you can ever eat. And if you don't believe me, come check it out. And this particular dish right here that I ordered is for 3 to 4 people. So even though the price is about $80, if you divide that up into like 3 or 4 people, it's not that expensive if you think about it. And you're getting just a really high quality meat that's extremely flavorful, and you'll be satisfied if you eat this. So it's probably good to eat it with some rice, but it's actually fine without it. So let me eat another piece here. Whoa, all this cheese pull here. All right, let me grab the scissors again, and let's try this again. So I'm gonna cut this off here. You know what? Nobody's around. I'm just gonna eat it the easy way. This is actually the way you should eat it. Unless you're on a date, there's no reason to look cute. Just go ahead, eat it right off the bone. All right, let's move on to the wings here at Moo Bong Ri. And these particular wings, I also asked for the soy garlic sauce, because that is my favorite. So let me go ahead and take the first bite of the wings at this location. Wow. Very good wings here. They're nice and moist, warm, flavorful, freshly fried. What's better than a freshly fried chicken? Wow. They make delicious wings here. If you come to Moo Bong Ri, I would definitely order the wings here. Worth the trip. And having these two dishes together is like the best combination ever. It's like Jordan and Pippen. I'm gonna continue to work on this Galbijjim here, guys. To score it, this is a 10. One of my favorite dishes of all time, and they make it really good here at Moo Bong Ri. And the chicken, 9.3. Very good Korean fried chicken here as well. So no matter where you are in the Bay Area, whether you're in Contra Costa County, Alameda County, San Mateo County, or even in San Francisco, you're gonna find delicious Korean food close to BART stations. So I wanna thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.